Welcome back to another episode of the Filmaholic. This is our happy hour episode. You can catch it every Friday. The past few weeks, all we've been really talking about here is the coronavirus and how it's been affecting the movie news, and today is no different. We'll be talking about the coronavirus here. So let's just go ahead and get into that because we do have some other news that I have. Some of it is still related to the coronavirus, but let's go ahead and get that stuff out of the way. First of all, the big thing that's been pushed this week is Wonder Woman 1984. Now, I know you guys talked about it, gave your opinions before. I know, Abel, you thought it was going to get pushed, right?
Yeah.
And, yeah, so it did. It got pushed to August 14th. So, still coming out of the summer, just at the end of. And that's kind of what I was, thinking maybe they'll extend the summer movie season this year. But we'll see. They also pulled Scoob and In the Heights, so they have no release dates now.
Oh, no.
Get out of here. Scoob, well, I imagine if I had control over that, I would probably put it in October. Get a kid's Halloween movie. That would make sense to me. Because I don't really know, I don't think you have a Hotel Transylvania or anything like that coming out this year. And I don't think you're going to be taking the kids to Halloween Kills, so move Scoob there. In the Heights, I think.
I'm actually excited for that.
I think you can move that to the trash.
Whoa.
I'm tired of seeing the trailer. That's what's bummed me out. It's it actually looks like it's going to be a good movie, I think.
I haven't seen the trailer yet.
Except for the Corey Hawkins part, which gets on my nerves every time I see it. I don't know why. It's it makes me cringe.
You got no skill, bro.
Oh, man. He can't sing. But overall, I think the movie is going to be good. So I think they might end up moving this to November or December maybe for a Oscar push. And look how well was the musical in December that came. Well, La La Land came out in December, but that's not what I'm talking about. The
Cats?
No, the circus one. Hugh Jackman.
Greatest Showman?
Greatest Showman, yes.
Oh, that movie was bad too.
It was very successful in December. And I think that's probably where they're going to move it. If I had to guess, I would say they're going to move In the Heights to December. Scoob, maybe move it to October, or even end up putting it in August. Maybe if they, because we don't know. There's so many other movies that don't have release dates or get pushed and will be moving around that I feel unless it's a big movie like Wonder Woman 1984, they want to wait and see how the other films, end up falling out, because we don't know where Black Widow is going to land. And I'm really surprised that they didn't plan a date.
A plus.
I don't know. I see, and I think that's part of the reason is I don't think Black Widow did August because they're still wanting to get Falcon and Winter Soldier out around August. Yeah. So I still think that their hope for Black Widow is to put that out in July. I think that's what they're aiming for right now is probably to put that out 4th of July weekend or around that time. But it just depends on how things go in the next month or so. And if it doesn't look like they're going to be able to put it out and they think they're going to be able to make that money putting it out, then I think you might be right and they might end up putting it on Disney Plus July 4th weekend.
Oh.
Or end of June. If they end up putting it on Disney Plus, I think they should put it on Disney Plus soon enough that there isn't any theaters open yet.
Yeah.
Because then everyone will have to, they'll want to see it. If they don't have Disney Plus already, they'll subscribe for it for at least a month.
Yeah.
But I just don't. I think that's going to be a last resort for them. I really don't think they want to do that because they're going to be losing money if they do.
It's going to happen.
Also, in response to the coronavirus, The Lovebirds, that movie that the trailer beat you over the head every time you went to see a movie.
How dare you?
The first time I watched it, I thought it was funny. After that, I was like, man, grace to the face.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Grace to the face.
Is it going to do shit on me?
Grease.
Movie has been moved to Netflix. Well, we don't have a release date. I would assume it's coming out pretty soon to capitalize on the marketing. that you had in front of all those movies, it wouldn't really make sense to me to to keep it until like the fall. And then when you have competition with all the other films coming out actually in theaters, like now it seems like the right time to do it. I feel like they should put it out sometime in April, maybe Easter weekend.
Put it out next weekend.
I wouldn't be upset with that. Something to watch. It's probably
Just
gonna be
do
bad. But, and then the other story involving the coronavirus is the Chinese cinemas. You told me about this today, and we talked about it before, how like when Chinese theaters opened up, they were going to be showing older films. And what were some of the movies that you said they were going to be showing? I know all the Avengers.
The 4 Avengers, Avatar, Inception, Interstellar, for some reason, that was on the list. But they're showing those, and they're going to be free.
So really just to like get people to buy concessions.
Yeah, give people back just to make some money. They're still going to show the older movies like that came out this year that didn't have a full theater run. So they're going to make some money there, but they're also going to get people in with older stuff just to get concessions, just to get out of the house.
Yeah.
Because whenever they open up, it's like, all right, we just have these garbage movies again to show, so we got to have something to get people here. People would rather stay at their house than watch Bloodshot. It's not getting them out.
Well, how is it free though? Because are the studios, permitting this?
I don't know what the rules are with that, actually. So,
because I know Avengers, like you can't even show a Disney movie at a school without getting permission.
Damn.
From Disney. So
I don't know.
So Avatar, all these Avengers movies, like, yeah, I don't know how that.
No, it doesn't care. We're showing the movies.
We're showing them, or we won't show the movies here anymore.
Disney,
pretty much.
Disney will fall.
They'll all fall in line.
What you want?
Going off of Disney, we have a whole bunch of Disney related. Pretty much that's all that we have left here. Before I go into that though, I'm going to talk about the topic that's not Disney related, and Bell's not going to care anything about this, but that is that Steve Carell, he is in the first 7 seasons of The Office, and then his character exits the show. And back at the time, the big word on the street was that Steve Carell wanted to leave The Office to pursue his film career, which made sense. I mean, he's had a successful career since then, scoring Academy Award nominations and just doing some really great work. Turns out he didn't want to leave The Office, though, and that was never true. He just was talking openly on an interview and said that, he might be leaving the show because his contract was coming into an end. But he really didn't have any plans to. He actually told his agent and everything that he wanted to do a couple more seasons of the show. But then after he made that comment on the interview, literally no one contacted him in regards to him staying or asking him like, hey, why are you wanting to leave? Can we do anything about it or anything? Like, no one cared. So he was like, maybe I should leave. And then they even, I think, went and told people, like Universal was like, hey, he's not wanting to leave. Like, he'd be willing to do a couple more seasons. And they didn't come back with an offer. So Steve Carell left the show.
Unfortunately.
That's so unbelievable. It's crazy.
Man, just ruins it. Almost. Not really.
One of the most iconic TV characters. Michael Scott.
Michael Gary Scott, sir.
And I don't know, like I was reading the article and I was talking about how people were wondering how if he had stayed on the show, would the ratings have stayed the same as it was the earlier seasons? Would it have been better? I mean, I still like season 8, but season 9 had some rough parts.
I don't mind 8 or 9. They're obviously the weakest seasons. But there's still episodes here and there that I really like and moments.
Definitely.
But a lot of stuff I don't think would have happened.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously
Well,
the stuff. Yeah, Andy's not taking over. Dwight. He's not becoming regional manager. So maybe the series finale.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Maybe the series finale.
But
do you think?
You would have no reason for David Wallace to come back to buy the company.
They might would have still wrote it in. I don't know. Because I don't know what the deal with Kathy Bates and.
Oh man, you don't get Robert California.
Would rather have Steve Carell.
Yeah, but he's the Lizard King, dude. Man,
you could have brought him in some other capacity, really. I mean, he could have taken over for Kathy Bates. He could have been the CEO of Sabre, because that still ended up what he did in season 8. He wasn't even the manager, so you still could have brought him in.
Putting up with Steve Carell.
Michael's not putting up with him.
Yeah, I'm out of here. You have no idea how high I can fly. That's what he told NBC.
Exactly, and they saw too.
Take that, buddy.
But yeah, like once the my One Tree Hill rewatch is done, I'm done with that. We're gonna do the Office rewatch.
Ready?
Bill, you can join if you want.
You will.
All right.
You will join.
And watch it with us.
All right.
Got Netflix sharing too.
Oh man, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
definitely. So going off of that, now we're going to go back to the Disney stuff. Well, we have one more. And that's David Harbour says the love for Guillermo del Toro's Hellboy killed his reboot. What do you guys think?
His trash movie killed it.
I never saw this Hellboy reboot.
Oh, I wasn't going to waste my time with it.
Yeah.
Shit. God.
Nope.
What a piece of trash. Terrible screenplay. Tried to be funny and then serious. It just makeup looks terrible. No, not for me, dude.
And
Garbage.
they should have made Del Toro's third film.
Yeah.
Like, if you wanted people to come see a Hellboy movie, you would have got more with the third one.
A good Hellboy movie. Terrible villain. That movie was trash.
Yeah. Well, I'll take your word for it. I'm never going to watch it.
Check it out sometime.
Talking about another movie that people think is bad. I don't think it's that bad, but it is certainly one of the weakest MCU films, and that's Thor: The Dark World. Patty Jenkins, she talked about this week of why she left Thor: The Dark World, and essentially it was because the screenplay sucked.
Yep.
And she didn't, as a female director, she didn't want to take that risk and make a bad film because she might not get another chance, essentially. What do you guys think? Yeah. The Bell?
She's not wrong. I won't have those kind of beliefs, but I'll be like, she is not wrong.
I mean, especially with Marvel not giving much leeway to certain directors.
Mm-hmm.
This is what's getting made, and you'll like it or not.
Well, I'm confused. I mean, Kevin, I don't know who agreed on that screenplay for Dark World, because it is definitely probably the weakest screenplay. It's not my least favorite film, but one of the weakest screenplays in the MCU.
Terrible villain.
Terrible villain.
Even the dude that played as the villain was mad about that.
Almost non-existent in the movie.
Like, if you look at that movie, the main things I take away is Loki almost dying, but not really dying.
Yep. And
his mom died.
Yep, she didn't make it cut.
And apparently, it was like, I was watching a little bit of Kevin Smith talk last night on that Scum and Villainy. And originally this was going to be a lot more of a love story, like a Romeo and Juliet style story between Thor and Jane. That's what they were going with. Like, that's what Patty Jenkins wanted to do, and that's what Natalie Portman wanted to do. Like, Natalie Portman was a big champion of getting Patty Jenkins on board to do this film. Like, that's why another reason she was really upset that she left, and she still had to make this movie with this terrible screenplay. Ultimately, she's coming back now because Taika's on board, but
well, That'll be a better screenplay for sure.
Yeah, but I just don't understand. Like, why didn't they let Patty Jenkins write the screenplay, or at least like change it up how she wanted to?
Full control, man. Marvel wants full control.
Do you know who wrote the screenplay? I gotta look real quick.
Alan Taylor directed it, so that was also a poor decision.
Well, it's like Game of Thrones. Just throw them in.
Oh man, bad decisions.
Oh, they got a lot of people writing the screenplay here. So
Solid.
Tell you.
You got Robert something did the story with Don Payne, but then Stephen McFeely and Christopher Marcus did the actual screenplay. Oh, and Christopher Yost. So yeah, 3 dudes had spent time writing this. Crazy thing is, let's look here. Christopher Yost also helped write the screenplay for Ragnarok. So maybe he was not the weakest part of the writing team, but Christopher Marcus. Oh man, these are also the guys who wrote like Infinity War and Endgame. Man. That's where I've heard that from. Yeah, I don't know if I would have hired them back after the Dark World.
I'm glad they did.
I mean, I'm glad they did because they did a good job, but it's a situation where it's like, I don't know. Yeah. So we got that. Then we move on to The Mandalorian Season 2. We have two things here. One, Michael Biehn, from Aliens and the Terminator.
And Tombstone.
He has been cast in The Mandalorian as an older bounty hunter in Season 2. I don't have much excitement over that. I mainly know him from the first Terminator film, like him being in it. I'm fine with it. But just the fact that he's an older bounty hunter, okay. It's probably just one episode. I know there's a lot of people that popped in Season 1. Some were good, some were bad. I know overall, like, Bell, how did you feel about The Mandalorian? Oh, just briefly overall.
I liked it. Some episodes were just a waste of time, but I still liked it.
Yeah, like the first 3 episodes are really strong, and the last 2 are really strong. So you got 5 out of 8 episodes that are good, and the middle 3, they're there. And then the other thing about Mandalorian Season 2, which is the big news, and that's Rosario Dawson has been cast as Ahsoka Tano, a live-action version of Ahsoka Tano in Mandalorian Season 2. Personally, I know I've said this, I think they should have did Ashley Eckstein, who played Ahsoka in the show, or Rebels and Clone Wars, did the voice. That's what I would have done, because, I mean, you're going to do either CGI or makeup. But, ultimately I would have left it to Dave Filoni to make a decision, because he created the character. So whatever he thinks, and if he's involved with Mandalorian, so I think he was probably involved with Rosario Dawson and her being cast. I know there was a fan choice, so that's why I was a little caught off guard, was that she had been a fan choice, and it was kind of weird when I hear like actual like fan choices happening. But I'm curious to see how it plays out. I've been saying since the beginning that I thought either Luke or Ahsoka was going to show up. I first thought Luke, but then as more I thought about it, I was like, I think it's going to be Ahsoka. I don't think they're going to risk bringing Luke into this, and it makes more sense for Ahsoka to do it. But some kind of Jedi Force user has to come into the show at some point. So, what do you guys think?
I think Ashley Eckstein wanted to play the character as well, from what her Instagram said.
What did she say on Instagram?
She had like a long post about wanting to, 14 years being a dream to play her in all forms. So, I mean, she would have wanted to do it.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit shitty, dedicating that much time to play. I mean, you're getting paid to do it, so, but, dedicating that much time, putting that much into playing this character, and then you don't. So, nothing against Rosario Dawson. I just
not even ask.
yeah. And I don't know whose decision overall that was either. Which is weird too, because like her voice is in Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
So like you're keeping that there in a live action form.
I don't
even
think they sound anything alike either. So
no, they don't at all. So yeah.
I think a lot of fans are mad that they chose this.
And I think
right, this is what you get.
Yeah.
You get what you deserve.
And I don't know, Rosario Dawson has such a distinct face.
Yeah.
That I don't know. I can't imagine in my head what it's going to look like. I hope it works. But overall, I'm not, hugely dedicated to this character like some people are. So I'm not going to be the one getting that upset about it in the end. If it turns out it doesn't feel like the same character that a lot of other people have watched and loved, it's not going to matter to me. But yeah. And then the last story that I have here is another thing from the Rise of Skywalker.
Yes.
I know both of you have seen it because, Abel, you liked the post today on Twitter. And that was, and I've seen this before. It was actually like it's an artwork scene from, like I said, I guess it's Rise of Skywalker, and it's not Colin Trevorrow's version. But it's, because I don't even know at this point, because I'm not buying the, the visual dictionary. But it's like Kylo and Chewie, after Chewie's like been caught, and Kylo's like looking inside of Chewie's mind and sees like memories of when he was a kid. Him and Chewie, and then Chewie still like adores those memories. Yeah, man, would have been nice to see this in the fucking movie.
No.
Nope.
You'll find out later, all right?
Nope. Get nothing from the movie. No emotion from this film.
They're getting you one piece of news a week building up to the Blu-ray release.
Has that not came out yet?
31st, bro.
Who wants it, man?
You're going to regret not buying it.
I don't like that movie.
Yeah. You bought movies before you don't like.
I have, and I regret it. Regret spending that money.
You're going to regret not buying this one. It's going to mess up your
How much is the Steelbook?
It's going to mess up your Steelbook collection, dude.
$35?
Only 32.
Yeah, see. If it was back in the day and this was like $27 or $25 for the Steelbook, I would get it. Just because I have all the other movies on Steelbook.
Right now it's $34.99, but it's going to go down to $32.99.
Yeah. If you have all of them, might as well.
I'm telling you, you're going to regret it.
I'm just going to go to Best Buy and be like, are you guys doing anything for the coronavirus? Any kind of discounts?
Just cough on the Blu-ray. Just cough on it.
Oh, my bad.
So is it free?
My bad. You're going to regret it, man.
Well, oh well, I can pretend like Last Jedi is the final film and it works.
Until episode 10.
Yeah, well, even if episode 10 comes out, and even if I watch it and I like it, like, it's not going to be connected to these movies.
Good.
I mean, it's just going to be in the future.
That's what you think.
Well, you think they're just going to bring Rey back?
Yes.
Who cares?
I mean, who doesn't care?
I don't know. Do people care that much about these new characters?
Nope.
I really like. If they put out an episode 10 with Rey and Poe and Finn, and they put that movie out in like 10 years, will it do okay at the box office? I'm sure it will, but it's not going to be anything like these movies.
That's a good thing.
Well, I'm talking about like box office wise,
Mm.
because I don't think people care.
Could be the resurgence of Star Wars, man.
We better get a damn good filmmaker.
Martin Scorsese.
Oh, man.
God.
Be worse than silence.
But yeah, do you guys have anything else this week? That is a pretty slow week.
I don't have coronavirus, so.
It's gonna be a slow couple of fucking weeks.
Yeah, probably so. All right, guys, that's our episode of Happy Hour. Check back next week. Hopefully there's some more movie news. But that's all we have today, and we will see you guys next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe.